Let's start by talking to you about the prospects for developing and growing the private banking business in India. What is the size of the addressable market opportunity in India for LGT Wealth?
Thank you, Sri. Thank you for having me here. See, the opportunity size is large. India is fourth largest economy in the world, going to be third largest economy soon. And in India, the GDP growth has directly resulted in growth in wealth. So, any estimates you look at on wealthy individuals, families, HNIs, ultra HNIs, the growth rates are one of the highest in the world. So, from growth perspective, it offers one of the best prospects from private banking industry. But more importantly, the phenomena of financialization that's going on in India actually overlays on those growth numbers. So Indian families largely invested in real assets, real estate, gold in the past, and slowly they are migrating to financial assets. And as that happens, the financial advisory becomes a lot more relevant. So that increasing sophistication in the marketplace also creates significant opportunities for private banking players.
And we will talk about the opportunities and the products and how you service that expanding client base, Atul, later on in our interview. But paint some figures on it. LGT Wealth entered the Indian market in 2022, saw a 65% surge in AUM to $2.4 billion in calendar year 2023. What's been the growth trajectory since then?
So our assets have been, even since then, growing at about 35 to 40%, and we feel quite comfortable about that growth rate to maintain. Like I said, combination of these two factors, the growth in wealthy individuals, the way liquidity events are happening for businesses and entrepreneurs. Every day there are 6 or 7 companies that get significantly funded or has a liquidity event, which creates let's say $10 millionaires per company, right? And all of that new HNIs and ultra HNIs coming into the market creates significant assets to go after. So I believe that India is not really a demand constraint market, it's a supply constraint market. There is actually not that much value in ascertaining demand projections because demand is there. It's about supply. Can you really build a platform that can service these families effectively, and can you build a profitable business servicing them well, right? So that's the challenge, that's what we are focused on. And we feel that our global footprint helps us now serving these new age Indian families and Indian wealth quite well, where we are able to connect not only our India platform to the clients, but also our capabilities in Asia, in UK, in Europe to Indian families' emerging needs as they are globalizing. And that sort of combination creates a compelling proposition for them, which we are seeing play off quite well. So yeah, I think 35 to 50% is probably 40% is probably par for the goal.
That's interesting, Atul. Can you elaborate on LGT Wealth's USP and the key differentiator? Because you're competing with domestic heavyweights from Kotak Mahindra, HDFC, ICI, foreign players, HSBC, Stanchart. We know that UBS has exited and is tied up now with 361 in India, which is quite a formidable player. It's a very crowded field.
Yeah.
How do you stand out?
So, Sri, it's quite interesting. The way we thought about our business was building a right combination of global and local, right? Because we felt that the local competition is very fierce. They are very nimble, they are very agile, but they lack this global perspective, global research, global advice, and very long-term view. Whereas a lot of the global players have, in some sense, failed to Indianize their business, right? Because Indian clients is in a very different life cycle of wealth creation, right? They need very different things than the clients in Zurich.
That's right. And India isn't a monolithic, homogenous market.
Absolutely. And it's definitely not similar. You can't really transport your advice models from what you have in Switzerland or Singapore or New York. It needs to be what I call Indianized, right? So, but global has a lot of value because, the global Indian markets, stock markets are also largely driven by foreign investors, right? So so what we did, and LGT's sort of ownership structure as well as the management structure leads us to really connect the dots across the globe quite well. So our strategy was very simple, that build a highly capable local platform, but then ensure that you connect it to the world very well. And the combination is actually, we feel, is a white space. Actually, there are not that many players that are operating in that sandbox.